What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Kegan, of course. And in today's video, we're going back on Facebook to see if we can join groups just for attractive people, to see if these people on Facebook really think I'm attractive or not. And honestly, if I get into any of these groups just for attractive people, my ego is going to go through the roof so much. So let's just get right onto Facebook. So as you guys can see on the screen, this is my Facebook profile. It's pretty obvious. It's just a fake profile. You guys know I created this profile just to make these types of videos. But if we're going to try to get into these attractive people or ugly people groups, whatever you guys want to call it, because there'll probably be both types of groups on Facebook groups, like groups just for attractive people and groups just for ugly people, I really need to change my profile picture because as you guys can see, it's a gorilla, which obviously makes no sense. But I actually need to put a picture that shows my face or just me, so these groups can actually tell if I'm attractive or not, if I belong in these attractive people groups or not. So like I said at the very beginning of this video, if I do get accepted into these attractive people's groups, my ego is gonna boost just a little, guys, not gonna lie. But if I don't get accepted, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna be all salty. It's gonna be pretty much, whatever. It's just someone else's opinion on me, which really doesn't matter at all. And I want you guys to also put down in the comments below, do you guys think I should be in a attractive person's group or not? If you guys had the choice to put me in it or not, would you put me in it? Comment that down below. But now we have to figure out which picture of mine should be my profile picture. I chose out 3 pictures. I want to get your guys' honest opinion of them down in the comments below. This first one you guys can see on the screen next to me, I took about, I want to say 4 months ago. It was just downpour snow, absolutely crazy outside. We went outside, took some quick pictures, and this is what we got out of it. Honestly, I really like this picture. I think I would have a really good chance getting into the attractive people's groups if I use this picture. The second picture, I'm wearing a Spider-Man onesie, which honestly I don't know if this one would get me into the attractive people's groups or not. Honestly, I think people would take this more as a joke and they would just accept me into the groups because of that, just because it is kind of a joke. But I'm not really sure on this picture if we should use it or not. And then the last picture I chose out to maybe be my profile picture, I took this on my graduation night of high school. Honestly, I think it's a really good picture, but I'm not sure if it would be good enough to get me into the attractive people's groups or not. So I'm leaning towards this picture right here. This is the snow picture, as you guys can see. Honestly, I just think it makes me look the best out of the 3 pictures that I showed you guys. But as you guys can now see on my Facebook profile, we changed it to the snow picture because honestly, like I was just saying, I think it looked the best out of the 3 pictures I showed you guys. But now we got to go to groups, try to find groups that are only for attractive people and see if we can get in them. So here we are now on Facebook groups, and we need to look up groups for attractive people. And here we go. We're going to search it right now and go straight to groups, and here we are. Groups for only cute people, attractive people, groups for only cute people, a group for only cute people, better. We just need to apply to as many of these as we can to see if people actually think we're attractive or not. There is one thing that kind of makes me nervous about trying to join these types of groups. If you guys seen the last Facebook video I did, this one right here, if you have not, go check it out. It's actually a really good video. The thing I'm nervous about is when you try to apply for some of these groups ask you additional questions before you get in, and I'm not really sure what these types of groups are going to really ask me, if they ask me any questions at all. Because if they do ask me questions, do I actually take it serious and like really answer their questions really smart, or do I just take this whole thing as a joke and just answer them really stupid? But I guess the only way to find out if they're going to ask me questions or not is just start applying to every single one of these groups. And I was really thinking about it. I should only go for the groups that have like a large number of people already in the groups, because if I try to apply for a group that has like 18 members, 20 members, 50 members, more likely they're just going to accept anybody in that group just to try to get their numbers up. So I want to go for groups that already have a couple thousand, 10,000, 2,000, anyone that has already a large amount of following in their group. I want to go for those only. So here we go with the very first group I'm going to apply for. It says a group for only cute people. Yes, that means you, really. I'm going to click the apply button, and see, as I said earlier, this group is asking me additional questions, which I really don't want to answer for any of these groups because I'm not sure if I should take it serious or just say some stupid stuff and hope they let me in. But for most of these, I probably am going to take them pretty serious because I want to see how many of these groups I can actually get into. So I just filled out the questions to the very first group, and we're just going to keep moving on, trying to join as many as these groups in a short amount of time period as possible, just to see how many we can get into. As you guys can see, here's the second one I want to join into, a group for only cute people. It has 1,400 members, and of course they're asking more questions too. So we're going to fill this out, and I'm going to say most of these groups are going to just have simple questions. And this group's question is pretty much asking me, am I going to be a decent human being if I join the group? Which of course, yes, I am. I'm not trying to cause really any drama in this video, but I'm going to keep applying to these attractive people groups for about the next 15 to 20 minutes to see how many I can actually apply to. And if any of them ask me questions like why I should be in the group or anything, I am going to take them really serious just to see how many I can get into. But when I'm done applying to all the groups, I'll show you guys how many I applied to.
A few minutes later.
So that's now been about 15 minutes, and I don't want to show you guys the entire list because if I just scroll down really, it'll probably get some of you guys really dizzy because this is a really long list. But I applied for 23 groups in all, and honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to get into them. I want to say about half of them ask questions like why I should be in the group, how attractive I think I am, and honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It said, how attractive do you think you are? Honestly, and I rated myself a 7. Everybody go down to the comments though and rate me 1 out of 10. I just want to see what you guys would think because honestly, I find that pretty funny. I rated myself a 7. Some people might rate me a 10. Some people might rate me a 3. That's just other people's opinions. Honestly, this whole thing is just for fun, guys. So we're gonna give it a few hours. We're gonna come back and see how many attractive people groups I got into.
2 hours later.
So it's been about 2.5 hours now, and what you guys are about to see probably will surprise you. It really surprised me when I saw it. So as you guys can see, I only have 3 notifications. I applied for 23 of the groups, and it's been about 2.5 hours, and I only have 3 notifications. I'm not sure what the notifications even say yet, so we gotta check that. So we open up notifications, and it says I've been approved for 3 groups. Out of 23 groups I applied for, only 3 of them let me in within 2.5 hours. Maybe more will let me in over time. I'm not really sure, because it doesn't say I've been denied from any, but just so far, 3 groups have let me in. The first group that let me in is a group that you can only join if you are an absolute goddess, and yes, we checked, so that means my ego's going up a little. So not gonna lie, guys, from the title of this group, this was probably one of the best ones to get into. But we go back and check the other group, and the other one is a group for only cute people, which that's never bad at all. And the last group is a group for only cute people, and yes, that means you really, that has 50,000 members. Even though I only got accepted into 3 groups so far, my ego did go up just a little bit because of this whole thing. But at the same time, you know, it can't go up too much since I only got accepted to 3 groups out of 23, which it's alright. But this whole thing was just for fun, so it's okay. If you guys do want me to make more Facebook videos in the future, let me know down in the comments. But I'm going to end the video off right here. If you are new and have not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. We are on the road to 2K. Everyone else, make sure to drop this emoji down in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.